Olá a todos. Hello everyone. My name is Sofia. Welcome to this channel. Today I want to speak about 4 expressions that mean excuse me or sorry. So if you have seen my short before, I expressed what are the 4 ways that we can say excuse me in Portuguese. However, there is much depth to it, and in this video I will share with you what are the different ways of using these 4 words: com licença, perdão, desculpe e desculpa. So let's get started. The first word is com licença. Com licença is a word that it's used to draw attention, ask permission, and it's used politely to request passage. So this literal meaning is with your permission. The context we can use this expression, for example, when passing through a crowd or needing someone to move aside. Exemplo, com licença, preciso de passar. Entering or leaving a room, when you need to announce the entry or your departure from a room. Com licença, vou sair mais cedo. Interrupting, when you need to politely interrupt a conversation or someone's activity. Com licença, posso perguntar algo? Then I talk about desculpe, and I will also talk about desculpa. These 2 expressions have the exact same use. However, we have desculpe, which is formal, and desculpa, which is informal. So we use desculpe informal when we are addressing people we are not so close to, when we want to be respectful, like extra respectful and polite. And also whenever we go to any public service or any other type of service. So desculpe and desculpa literally means I am sorry, I apologize. This is the one we use the most. And heads on, because desculpe and desculpa is a very versatile word, and we will use for replacing the other 2 words that I mentioned. So also when I want to ask permission to pass, I can also use desculpe. Of course, com licença is possible, but desculpe it's one that goes along with any of these cases. So desculpe can be used to draw someone's attention. So you can also use to just formally or informally apologize. Por exemplo, desculpe pelo atraso, if I'm being formal. Desculpa pelo atraso, if I'm being informal. You can also use desculpe when you want to address someone like a stranger or a superior. Desculpe, pode ajudar-me? If it's formal. Desculpa, podes me ajudar? If it's informal. Both, I'm sorry, can you help me? The next one is perdão. Perdão is the most formal of all, and it literally is asking for forgiveness or pardon. This can also be used as in English you would use pardon me. Perdão is definitely the less used, but it is used to express deeper apologies, or when you really want to ask forgiveness in a more heartful and or in a religious context. So let's see some examples. First, serious apologize, when you really want to express regret for something that is significant, for a significant mistake or offenses. Peço perdão pelo que fiz. So it will be like I ask forgiveness for what I did. Politeness, rarely used, but it can replace desculpe or desculpa for emphasis. Perdão. Pode repetir? Pardon me, can you repeat? Very rarely used. And of course, religious context. This is where this word comes the most. It's used in prayers or when discussing forgiveness in spiritual terms. Que Deus me dê perdão. May God grant me forgiveness. One about perdão that is less formal. So a less formal use of perdão is when you burp. So when you burp, you would also say perdão. So let's recap. We have 4 expressions: com licença, desculpe, desculpa e perdão. Com licença is more formal and it's used to request passage or permission. This is very polite interruptions entering rooms or crowds. Desculpe, it's formal and it's a very straight way of apologizing or getting attention politely. This is used in professional settings, speaking to strangers. Straight after we have desculpa, which has exact same meaning as desculpe, with the difference that desculpa is informal. So we will use it for friends, family, or casual interruptions. Next, we have perdão. This is serious apologies or asking for forgiveness or when you burp. Perdão is commonly formal and it expresses deep regret, is used in a religious or spiritual context, and it expresses deep apologies. Some cultural notes. Politeness is a key. In Portugal, polite expressions are highly valued, particular if we're talking about com licença or desculpe. The tone matters, so how these words are spoken can affect how they are perceived. So, for example, if I say desculpe, I'm expressing more of like, I'm sorry. But if I say desculpe, desculpe, I'm asking for attention. So tone matters. Generational differences. Younger people might default to desculpa for casual apologies, while the older generations, they still lean towards desculpe. So this is also a more general understanding that the younger generations in Portugal, they tend to more informal type of language versus the old generations that are still more linked to formal, and so they will use a lot of expressions around você, and for these cases also desculpe. So understanding these nuances can help you to navigate European Portuguese conversations more gracefully. Was anything new on this explanation to you? Did you learn something today? There are still some questions left. Feel free to leave in the comment box below your questions, comments on either this was clear to you or you still have some doubts about it. But also, if you have any suggestion for future content or questions that you would like me to see you answering. I always absolutely love to see you practicing Portuguese and showing up and putting your questions for everyone to learn. So if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, put a like, and keep updated for the next videos coming. Muito obrigada e até já! Até a próxima!